Okay, what's up, y'all? So tonight on Love and Marriage Huntsville, we got Maurice sitting down with Martel, and instead of him checking him for why did he talk to his brother and his sister-in-law so crazy, he want to sit there and talk about MEL all night, because that's all he does. He's a bum-ass loser. Like, you got all this smoke for MEL, who wasn't even there, who didn't even say nothing about your brother and your sister-in-law, but you ain't got no smoke for Martel. Make it make sense. So he over there talking about MEL again, calling her a deity again because he's a effing idiot. So he says, I know another person who's damn near like a deity talking about MEL. And he said, she descended upon me and commenced me to damnation. What the hell do you even be talking about? Do you know how stupid you sound? What is this? The Man Hate Women Club? Like, I don't understand. You got too many other things to be worried about than worried about MEL. You need to be worried about why Martell's out here saying you be slanging your ding-a-ling with your brother. Now that's nasty. You be committing acts with your brother. You need to be worried about why is Martell saying that. I just find this whole show pretty exhausting because it's like the things that they could be talking about, they don't. And instead they want to put people in a good light like Martell. You think he's shamed and put out the group? Oh, no. Everyone's meeting up with him. Maurice is meeting up with him, inviting him over, hanging out, wants to get in his brain. Then the next scene after they bash MEL for the whole scene, then Martell goes and meets up with a freaking psychologist. So this whole season, y'all didn't think he needed to meet up with a psychologist. Y'all didn't think he should talk to a psychologist for the way he talked to his wife, for trying to put out a X tape on his wife, for, bullying her, bullying the kids, dragging her back and forth. Maybe he needed to go see a psychologist for that? No. But when he gets into it with Marceau, oh, now let's do damage control. And now let's sit him down with a psychologist and see what's going on with him. And I found it really odd that he told his psychologist, oh, you've been to the house before. Who hasn't been? It seems like everyone is invited to Martell's house at this point. Who hasn't been to your house? Anyways, I digress. I don't give a F about him sitting down with a psychologist. We don't care. We don't care about what your goals are in life. We don't care. Back to this idiot for 1 second. So he's over there bashing MEL because MEL sat down with him like a woman and told him that was irresponsible of him drinking and driving, and her grandmother got killed by a drunk driver. And he over there clowning her, talking about, oh, I need to bow down to her. We'll do it. Now who don't like to be held responsible? Now who don't like to be held accountable? That's your favorite word. Melody don't like to be held accountable. That's what your wife and Dusty say. As soon as you try to hold Mel accountable, it's a problem. No, that's you. As soon as Mel try to have adult conversation with you, it's a problem. Now she's a deity and whoop-de-whoop. You're just talking out your ass. You don't even know what you're talking about. You a damn fool. Now, back to the next scene. So then we got Lockjaw meeting up with Kimmy to get business advice, which I find hilarious because what businesses does Kimmy have up and running? What, she done built a few properties now? I don't know, but out of all the people in the group, she goes to meet up with Kimmy. Another production stunt. It's like production, these scenes aren't giving what y'all wanted to give. Anyway, she meets up with Kimmy. She's trying to ask her for business advice. She want to quit her job. Supposedly, she works at NASA. And you know what I find really funny is because do y'all remember that white lady that worked at NASA? And she was messing with this married man that worked at NASA. And she put on some Depends diapers and drove across state lines with a bam bam to go confront her lover. And they were like, damn, how the hell could she work at NASA? Do they not do psychological tests on these people? And it just seems like the women that be working at NASA, oh, you would think they smart, but they a little off and a little dumb. Someone in my comments said, I think she might be on the spectrum. And I wouldn't doubt it. So as she's talking to Kimmy, she's telling her, oh, yeah, you know what? Chris Fletcher is the one I heard that hooked Martell up with me. She was like, what? And then Kimmy in her scene, like, every time I talk to this girl, it's like she gives me a little bit more and a little bit more of the story. So anyways, she's like, yeah, I heard that Chris Fletcher was the one that was like, oh, yeah, you should hit her up, whoop-de-whoop, blah, 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 right? Then I'm going to play this clip because this was the most laughable part of the show. I had to clip it. She going to say this about Kimmy, which I find effing hilarious, hysterical.
I absolutely love Kimmy. She will hold anyone accountable. This is where you messed up at, and this is where you need to change. And I like that about Kimmy.
I know you are effing lying to me. She says she loved Kimmy. She will hold anyone accountable. Anyone except her husband. She won't even ask her husband why he got red lipstick on. Why he out all hours of the night getting arrested at 12 a.m. Why he didn't come home last night. She won't even ask him that. So how would she hold people accountable? She got a lawyer husband that got a DUI, but she'll hold anyone accountable. If you don't get the hell out of here, y'all don't think it's funny that the same occurring thing keeps coming up? Accountable, accountable, accountable. Now they're trying to show who's accountable, but Mel doesn't like to be held accountable. Get the out of here. Okay, so she told Kimmy that, right? Then the next scene, everybody's showing up at Martell open house, which I find this. Do you think y'all would go to your homeboy open house when he just dogged your brother and your sister-in-law out? Y'all gonna go support him and go to his open house? Who would do that? What kind of sister-in-law are you, Kimmy? Why would you go support Martell after he done dogged your sister-in-law out, dogged your brother-in-law out? Y'all all go support him. The Fletchers were there. Kimmy was there. Maurice was there. Lockjaw was there. Where her man, Candy, whatever, flavor of the month. Everyone was there to support Martell, which I find funny that production is throwing Martell a bone, giving him a scene. It's like first they threw a bone and gave him a scene with the psychologist. Boo-hoo. Now let's give him a scene looking like he got something going on. And Kimmy over there talking about, I'm glad to see he's rebuilding. Bitch, it's been 5 years. This the first thing he done built. Get out of here. Please stop with the fake support. Anyway, so Lockjaw brings up to Nell and Kimmy, like, yeah, I heard that Chris Fletcher is the one that, told Martell to hit me up. He told him that I be in the gym and I look good and to hit me up, whatever. So she's like, 1 second, she go outside to get Chris. And Nell don't even act surprised when she hears the shit, right? Like, you think you'll be like, oh, no, the hell he didn't. Nah, she don't look surprised at all. So she go out there and she's like, Chris, you need it in here because supposedly you the one that hooked Martell up with Lockjaw, whatever the chick name is. The way that Martell looked, like his eyes open, and if you look at Maurice, please, y'all, look at the scene. Look at Maurice and look at Martell. Both their eyes is open with their jaw open like, oh, shit, we're busted. You know that happened, and they all know about it, right? So instead of just Chris coming in, all the guys come in. So all the guys come in, and Martell's like, no, I'm here. You don't got to ask Chris. You can ask me. I'm the one who said it. Whoop-de-whoop, whoop, whoop. So Ken tell his chick, say it again, like, you need to get this drama over with. You going through a lot of drama over this. So she's like, yeah, well, I heard that Chris is the one who told Martell to hit me up. So this is where I am lost now, because Chris over there talking about what? First he act dumb. Then he's like, what? He was like, yeah, I be in the gym. And I was like, yeah, it's nice looking women in here. And they're like, you didn't know that was your cousin? He was like, oh, no, I didn't know that was my cousin at the time. What is going on with these fake relationships? Because I feel like this ain't the first relationship that we done seen somebody be fake cousins, but they didn't know they was cousins. So supposedly he didn't know Trish was his cousin. How? When Trish been saying that they've been seeing each other at family gatherings and she know him. How? Anyways, he didn't know that was his cousin. He just was at the gym one day and Martell was like, is there any good looking chicks up there? He was like, yeah, there's some good looking chicks up here. He was like, who? And he was like, oh yeah, this girl named Trish. And he was like, what's her name? And as Chris is telling the story, Martell go in his ear. You see the words on the screen. He put, don't dig no hole. He telling him to shut the hell up, basically. So then Ken over there in his confession, like, saying the same thing that Kimmy said. He's like, I think it's funny that every time we talk about this, we get a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more to the story. Yes, Ken, are you finally waking up out your slumber? Are you finally catching on to your girl? Because it ain't them. Like, he kind of like more mad at the guys. Like, they know about it and they're being sneaky and not telling me everything. But no, you need to be mad about your girl. So then he's like, yeah, it's like every time we talk about it, more and more and more stuff comes out. Then it shows a clip of them at the bowling alley, and it's Martell, Chris, and Ken, and they're talking about it. And the way that Chris and Martell are acting at the bowling alley is completely different than how they're acting in this scene. So it's giving, oh yeah, Chris set this shit up. For sure, Chris set it up because the way he was acting at the bowling alley, let me go watch it so I can tell you. Hold on. Okay, so first Martell takes over, and he's like, so this is what happened. He's like, Chris was at the gym and I'm on the phone with him and he was like, there's some nice looking girls up here apparently at the time. He didn't know that they was related. This is what Martell trying to say, that Chris was telling him there's some cute girls up at the gym, and I guess Chris didn't know that was his cousin. But Lockjaw over there talking about, yeah, I always used to see him at the gym, Chris, all the time, and it was just like, cool, like, what's up, fam? Are y'all related or are y'all not? Because it's giving, y'all just found out y'all related or y'all just making this shit up right now. So anyways, that's when Ken is like, interesting. Every time we talk about this, y'all's story change. Then it shows when Ken was at the bowling alley with them, and he was telling Martell, you know, Trish felt some type of way because she said, what's up to you? You act like you don't know who she was. And then Chris hops in like, well, how's he supposed to know who she is? Oh, you know her? Chris acting brand new like he didn't hook the shit up. So in the flashback, they're all at the gym and Chris is acting Martell. So where'd you meet her at? And then, how do you know her? And Martell's like, cause yeah, she's cool with my brother. They all lying. Chris, now I'm starting to look at you side-eye. There is no way you could clear your name on this. You was a part of it. You hooked Martell up. You don't give a damn about him and Melody's marriage. You was trying to hook him up while he was married, while his marriage was falling apart. And now you ain't surprised at all. You just over there trying to help Chris fix this shit, trying to help him fix this lie. It's like y'all both phony. So anyways, yeah, that was my wrap-up of the damn episode. It was dry because there was no melody, so boo. Everyone's fake, production being fake, storylines are being fed, and it's just not here for it. I'm not checking for it, like Melody would say. But tell me what y'all think down in the comments. Do y'all think that Chris is the mastermind and hooked them up? Yes or no? Okay, I'll see y'all in the next video. Please comment, like, subscribe, put your notification bells on. Happy holidays.